Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Nail Crochet Tejido. Today I'm going to teach you how to make this beautiful cardigan. It's very easy to do. I hope you guys like it and give it a try. And here is the list of material you're going to need to make it. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and click on the little bell. That way you get notification each time I upload a video. Remember, I make my videos in Spanish and English. If you receive a Spanish video and you want to see the video in English, go to the main page of my YouTube channel that you'll find the English version in there. Also, you can send me a message and I can send you the link. And in my main page, I have a playlist with all my English tutorials. For this design, these are the material I'm gonna use. Before I start, I want to apologize for the way my hands and fingernails look. I'm still going through the allergy of the nail products. If you've seen my videos, you've seen the way my fingers were like horrible. And I'm still going through that. Still some dry skin and some patches there that they still healing, but I needed to start recording the videos, and then I decided to go and do it this way anyway, because until I'm like 120% okay with my hands, I don't can do anything on my nails. So it will be a while. I've been going through this like almost a month, so if I wait any longer, I don't gonna have any video in the channel to show. The important thing is what I'm going to teach you, not the way my hands and nails look. But I really apologize, because you know I like to have my nails looking really nice for my tutorials. So for this, I'm gonna use the loops and thread, washable wool, blur lines, 100 grams, 357 meters. The color is Royal Jester and is fine to 75% wool, washable wool, and 25% nylon. And depend of the size and length that you're gonna give to your piece, it will be the amount of motifs that you have to do. For mine, I'm gonna be using probably like 4 of this ball and probably 1 of these. And this one is to put the motifs together, and this one is the loops and thread, wool-like similar lines, and is 100 grams, 620 meters, super fine one, and the color is rose, and is 85% acrylic, 15% nylon. The crochet hook is 3 millimeters. You're gonna need tapestry needle and scissors. These are the motifs that we're gonna do. They're absolutely gorgeous, easy and fast to do. They look like this. So we're gonna work 5 groups of 3 double crochet in this side and 5 on the other side to create this beautiful shape. And we work for 10 rows, and each motif will be the same. And then after, we're gonna put them all together to create this beautiful design. Honestly, in the camera, these don't look as gorgeous as they look in person. The vibrant color of this yarn is amazing. You can make blanket with this design. You can make a scarf. You can make shawl. You can make skirts, sweater, a cardigan like this one. They are absolutely gorgeous, easy to put together, and they look amazing, amazing, amazing. So this one is gonna be a little bit big for me. I did 5 motifs for the back. I already done put together in the back the piece. So now I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna be working in the front pieces, and then I will show you how you're gonna do that and how I did this. You can do this smaller by putting only 4 of these motifs together. I did 5. You can do 6, you know. You can do as many as you want for the size that you want. I think this one will be like a large size, but it's absolutely gorgeous in person. So we're gonna start making the motifs, and then how we're gonna put them together to create this beautiful design. The motifs are multiple of 4 plus 1 and then 3 to turn your work around. So what I have here is 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1. That's why it's multiple 4 plus 1 to finish here. And then you chain 3, turn your work around, and then you do your double crochet. So for this one I did 41 plus 3 to turn my work around. That was 44. Now if you want to do this, one of these space bigger on each side, you can add 8 more chains. That would be 49 chains to my 41 plus 8, 49, and 3 to turn your work around, 52. That is if you want to do these motifs a little bit bigger, because you want to do your piece a little bit bigger and you don't want to change the amount of motifs of the piece in the back. And remember, depend on the size yarn that you're working is the size of these motifs. If you're working with a medium 4 yarn, they will be much bigger. So we're gonna start with a slip knot. The tip of my fingers are so rough and they feel so dry, even that I have cream on, that the yarn is stick to it. I think that's how a Spider-Man's fingertips will feel like, you know, like stick it to everything. So I'm gonna chain 41 plus 3, 44. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. $42, $43, and $44. So you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then number 5 you're gonna do a double crochet, and there you have 2 double crochet of 3, and the next one another double crochet. That's 3 double crochet. So you're gonna chain 1, yarn over, you're gonna skip a chain space, and you go to the next one and you're gonna do a double crochet, a double crochet in the next one, and a double crochet in the next one. So those are 3 double crochet. You're gonna chain 1, yarn over, you're gonna skip 1 chain space, and you go to the next one, and again you're gonna do a group of 3 double crochet, and like that you're gonna do 5 of this group. Here I have my 5 groups of 3 double crochet with a 1 chain space in between. Now when you finish doing number 5, you're gonna do a yarn over. You don't gonna do a chain space, you're just gonna do a yarn over, and you're gonna count 1, 2, 3, and then number 4 you're gonna do your first double crochet of your 3, and that's what I'm going to create this point here on your motif. That's 1, 2, and 3. You don't know how uncomfortable I am working doing a video with my nails like this. I how much I hate it. So, and to make things a little bit more fun, I burned myself because I cannot do anything. So I was making a lasagna. When I went to put it in, I just touched because I was so in pain that I put it quick and I burned myself, but it's already, it's okay now. So you're gonna chain 1, and again you're gonna do exactly the same as you did in here. You're gonna skip 1 chain, and then you're gonna do 3 double crochet in the next 3 chain space, and so on until you finish on the last chain. And now the last double crochet in the last chain space. And here I have my first row, 5 of these on each side. Now what we're gonna do in the second row, you're gonna do in all the rows until you have the desired length for your motif. So I'm gonna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna turn my work around, and at that same space of the last double crochet, you're gonna do 2 more, and the chain 3 will be the third one. So if you count the chain 3, you have 1, and then this one is 2, and then the next one 3 double crochet in the same space, and all your borders will be like this. You're gonna start always like this. You're gonna chain 1. Now you're gonna do 3 double crochet and the chain space. Two and 3. I have 2. Chain 1, yarn over, go to the next chain space, and do your 3 double crochet, and like that you're gonna work until you have your 5 motifs again of 3 double crochet with a chain 1 space in between. Here I have my 5 motifs. Now in between this one and the next one, you don't gonna do any chain space. You're gonna do a yarn over, you see, and this one in the center you don't gonna work. You're gonna go to this one in here, and you're gonna do your first double crochet of 3. And that's what create this point here. We're working in this one in the center, so they always will be the same. Now you're going to chain 1 and go to the chain space and do your 3 double crochet. Chain 1, 3 double crochet in the chain space. Chain 1, 3 double crochet in the chain space. Now you're going to chain 1 and you're going to do a yarn over, and then the chain 3 space that you did to start in the top chain, and here you're going to do 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3, and we finish the second row, and that's the row that you're going to repeat over and over until you have the desired length. I did my motifs with 10 rows. You can do yours with 11, 12. It's up to you, the width that you want to give, or the length that you want to give to each, because this is the width, the length. Okay, so again, I'm going to show you again. You're always going to start like this. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and that counts at the first double crochet of 3. So yarn over, in that same space you're going to do 2 more. You're going to chain 1, and now you're going to work on each chain space 3 double crochet with a chain 1 in between until you have 5 or 6, depending on how many of these you are doing. Here again I have my 5 groups of 3 double crochet. Now I'm at the center. You're going to do a yarn over, and between this one and the first one at the other side, you don't going to do any chain space. Just remember that. You're going to do 3 double crochet, and then you're going to work exactly the same on the other side. Chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, and the top of that third chain. On the border. And like that, I finished my third row. So I have 7 more to go to create one full motif. So depend at the side that you want to make this is the amount of row that you're gonna give to yours. So for mine, for the back of mine, I did 5 for the width and 5 for the length, 5 of these motifs. So that was 25 for this for the back. Let me zoom back. Okay, 25 like this. Still have tons of tail to loosen this one. So for the front, what I'm gonna do is I will need 10 for one side and 10 for the other one, leaving the center motif with nothing because it's going to be open in the center. So I'm going to do, for example, 1 in here and 1 in here, you see, and then I was don't going to do anything in this one. I'm going to do the 2 in the other side, let's say like this and this side, leaving this in the center open. Now if you are doing 4 for this, let's say we don't have this one in here, you'll do 4, you have this 4 only for the back. What you're going to do is this, attach these ones like this. When you're gonna attach these two in the center of the back, you're gonna leave like 4 stitches and here open. That way that will give you the space to open around the neck of the back. That way it will open up. Otherwise it will be like this, and you don't want that. You want it to be open in the back a little bit. This is very easy to do, how to attach these together. That's what I'm going to do after. But first I have to do the rest of this motif. I have to have 10 for each side. That will be 20. Plus I think I'm going to do 6 on each sleeve, 3 and 3. That will be 32 motifs that I have to do. I have 10, so I have 22 more to go. So I will work on those 22, and then when it's time to attach the pieces together, I will meet you here. It's very easy to do this. So you're going to continue with that same repetition until you have the desired length, how many rows that you want. 1, 2, and 3. In the same space at the corner, you're going to do 2 more double crochet. 1 and 2, chain 1, and then on the chain spaces is where you're going to work your 3 double crochet. Chain 1 and so on. Remember, always on the center one, you don't gonna do a chain space in between, okay? And you don't gonna work in that one, in the center space. So I have quite a few to go. I would like to do all of them before I show you how to put them together. That way it's faster for me to finish my piece, because I will show you as I put everything together. So I have 5, and you see between that one and the next one, you always skip that one in the center. You don't do a chain space, so you come here and you do your 3 double crochet. So I will work on my pieces, and then I will meet you here, because it's exactly the same repetition over and over until you have your 10 rows like this. Here I'm going to show you how you're going to finish when you're done your 10 rows. You're going to do the last 3 double crochet. You're going to chain 1, and you're going to cut the yarn. You don't have to leave a long tail, you just have that tail to loose, and you'll have your motifs. Like I said, for me, I had to do quite a few, and then with this one I'm done 11 of 32. So quite a way to go, because there are 25 for the backs. I'm done those, and 20 for each side of the front, like I mentioned, and 6 for each sleeve. I will do a 2 row of 3 on each sleeve. So that's quite a few motifs that you have to do for this cardigan, but it's a beautiful cardigan. So I will show you next how to put this together. Here I have all my motifs done. And remember, for the back, 25 for one side of the front, 10 for the other side, 10, and for each sleeve, 6. In total, I have 57 motifs. Once you have all the motifs done, you're going to start putting them together. So I have 25 for the back. I already did the back, and I'm going to explain how I did this. It's absolutely gorgeous. This for a blanket that look amazing. We're gonna attach the piece as we go, do a strap, and then the way back we finish that strap, and then we start the next one. This was the first one that I did. So what you do in the corner here, you do 3 double crochet, and then you do exactly, well, you do the top part of this exactly the same as you did with this material, with this yarn, until the corner. In the corner you will do those 3 double crochet, and then you do 3 chain and 3 double crochet in the same space, and then on each side double crochet or chain 3 space you will do 3 double crochet with no chain space until you get to the last one. Let me grab one here to explain. You see, you will do this border here, and then you work in the side until you get to the last one here. You will do exactly the same, and then the 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet you will do in here, and the first chain 1 space here at the border. That way, when it's time to put together this lower motif and the top motif, we have exactly the same amount of stitches here. Otherwise, you'll have more in this one and less in this one in the top if you do that, and the side here. So it had to be done like that. So what I did this strip. I started here. I did all the border until here. I don't close this here. What I did, I jumped to the next one. I did the 3 double crochet, and then I attached these 2 on the side, and then I'll continue with the border until I got to this one here, and then I did my 5 motif. After that, I finished this one, and then I start working in the border of these ones here, and then I finish in here. Cut the yarn, lose the tail, and then the next strip you're gonna start, and instead of starting here, if you want you can start there, but I start on the border. So I did 3 double crochet, chain 3 double crochet, and then I start attaching these to this one, and then here in the corner, and then I work this side, and then I went to the next one, and then when I finish at the end, I start working the top border of this one, and then I finish here, cut the yarn, lose the tail, and then you start the next one, and so on. That's how I did this. So now I'm gonna show you how you're gonna do this with 2, and then how to do the next row as I go, because remember, now I had to close this on the side in order for me to close the side of my piece. Once you have all your motifs, you're gonna start doing a slip knot with the accent color, and you're gonna come to this corner here where you have this chain 3, and I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. If you like, you can lose all the tail, or you can lose them as you work. I'm doing that. It's too many too. So in the same space, you're gonna do 2 more double crochet. That's 3, and then you're gonna chain 1, 3 double crochet in the chain 3 space, chain 1, and so on. You're gonna do this exactly the same as the row before. Until you get to this corner here. Once you finish, it will look like this. Now in here you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, yarn over, and in the same space you're going to do 3 more double crochet. 1, 2, and 3. yarn over. Now you go to the next space that either will be a chain 3 or a double crochet. In that space you're going to do 3 double crochet. This time you don't going to do a chain 1 space in between. And at the same time I'm losing that, hiding that in. So yarn over again, go to the next one and make sure that it's just 1 stitch and do your 3 double crochet. And like that is how you're gonna work all the end until the last one here. Once you finish on this side, you don't gonna do a chain 1 space, you're gonna just do a yarn over and at this first chain 1 space here at the border, at the bottom part, you're gonna do 3 double crochet, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3 chains, and you're gonna do 3 double crochet in the same space. It had to be done this way in order for you to have the same amount of space when it's the time to put the 2 and 2 together, okay? But this will be the border anyway. So once you do that, you will chain 1, 3 double crochet and the chain 1 space. Chain 1, 3 double crochet and the chain 1 space. Chain 1, 3 double crochet and the chain 1 space. Chain 1. Now here in the chain 3 space, you're gonna do 3 double crochet, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2, 3 chains, yarn over, 3 double crochet in the same space. Now you're going to chain 1 and again you're going to continue in here, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1 in the last chain space, and here you're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, and without doing any chain space you're going to come here to the space in the border here and you're going to do your 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet, 3 double crochet in all the border until you get to the space where you already have the 3 double crochet. When you do the 3 double crochet, don't chain 3 to finish because you're gonna work in the next motif and here putting these two together and then working in the lower part of this one, attaching the next one, and so on. Once you finish here, you don't gonna close these two together. You're gonna grab the next one and you're gonna put it here and make sure that they're all facing exactly the same way. And I got myself by the border, this border, you see that up, and this one was exactly the same. That way they're all facing exactly the same. Because I do it like this, you see, it look different in here than this one that was like that. So that's how I do them all. So what you're gonna come in here and do, you're gonna come and do this. Put that one facing up and this one in here. And you're gonna do, after you finish that double crochet, you're gonna do a yarn over, and then you're gonna come here to the border of this one, and you're gonna do your 3 double crochet. You see exactly the same as you did on the other side. On the side here only 3 double crochet. Now instead of chaining one, remember we don't chain one in here, so what you're gonna do is in between these 2 double crochet you're gonna pass your hook, pass the yarn through, do a yarn over, and go to the next chain space on the side and do your 3 double crochet. It's either a chain 3 space or a double crochet what you're gonna have here. Again, in between these 2 double crochet you're gonna pass your hook, pass your yarn through, yarn over, and 3 double crochet, and I'm hiding the end again. Again, in between these 2, pass your hook, pass the yarn through, yarn over, and go to the next one. And like that is how you're gonna attach these 2 together. Like this. You see? So you're gonna continue doing that, and then when you get to this side, you'll finish here, and then when you work in this chain 3 space, chain 1 space, you're gonna attach this in here. Do exactly the same as this one, and then you're gonna continue as you did this all the way around the border until you get to this space. When you get to this space that you do your 3 double crochet, you're gonna grab your next piece and you're gonna do exactly the same as I show you in here. You're gonna do your yarn over and start working with your 3 double crochet and attach these 2 together, and so on until you have the desired length, or for the back, the width for the back. So depend, you can have 4, you can have 5. If you want it for a little girl, you can do 3. You see, that is fine with 3. So what I'm gonna do, since I have my piece for the back all done, and I have to work on the front, and to do the front I had to attach this border to the back piece already to leave the open space for the sleeve. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you how to finish here, how to finish the top of this. Okay, that's what you're gonna do after you have the last one. You're gonna do what I'm gonna show you in here, all the way in the top of all of them. Now we're gonna work in here. So 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. Remember, in this one we have chain 3, so we're gonna chain 1, pass your hook through these 3, chain 1, that's 2, and chain another one, that's 3, yarn over, 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. Now you're gonna continue here, 1 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, and here remember you want to have exactly the same as here. you're going to continue for the border. Remember, in the last chain space you're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet to create this, and then you're going to finish in here exactly as I show you with this one in here, and then you're going to continue doing the width of the back until you get to the last one. So let's pretend this will be the last one in here. So when I get here, I'm going to show you how you're going to continue in the border, and you're going to do in all of them until you get to this point. Okay, and I will show you how you're going to finish that, and then how you're going to start in the next one. But for me, we'll be attaching the front to the back. Since I need 3 for the sleeves, I'm gonna attach the next one. That way I'm working on the sleeve instead of the front, because if it's the front I had to undo everything to the other side. So I decided to leave these ones for the sleeve. So I'm gonna attach the next one. Remember always to make sure that they are always the same way. So either you are doing all of them with this up or with this border up, but they all have to look the same. So we're gonna come here again. I'm gonna show you after you finish here in the last space with your 3 double crochet. You're gonna come here, do a yarn over, and go to the border, the first row, and the border here on the side, and do your 3 double crochet. And 3. You come here, yarn over, and 3 double crochet, and hiding the end again. So like that is how you're going to attach the first row for the back as well as for the sleeves. You're going to come here and again, and like that you're going to continue, and you're going to finish this one, and then the next one if you're doing 4 or 2 more if you're doing 5 for the back. So I'm gonna finish in here, and I'm gonna show you how you're gonna do all the way until the end once you have that row done. Remember, this is for my sleeve, so I will have to undo all that, and then from here create a circle attaching these two ends together like that to create a circle for the sleeve. So I have these 3 already done. So let's pretend this is the last one that you did. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna continue working on the top exactly the same as we did in here. So in the same corner you're gonna chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and again you're gonna do another 3 double crochet in the same space. 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, 3 double crochet, and chain 1 space. Chain 1, 3 double crochet, and chain 1 space. And like that you're going to continue exactly the same as you're supposed to in this border. So you're going to continue working exactly the same in this space, and then jump to this one until you get here. When you get, I will show you how you're going to work in here and how you're going to continue until the last one. gonna work at the last, chain 1 in the last space where you have those 3 double crochet. You're gonna do your 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3 chain. In that space here in between these 2 stitches, you're gonna do a single crochet. Now you're gonna chain 2, 1 and 2, and you're gonna do a yarn over and a double crochet. And in this side you always chain 2, because when you do that double crochet, you see you get that long stitch in here, and that way the size of these and these are exactly the same. Because if you do 3 chain plus the double crochet, this side will be longer. Okay, so again, in here you're gonna do your 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet in the chain space, and you want to continue with these exactly the same as this, you see, and that's how you're going to put these 2 together. And you see how easy that is. And then here, remember, when you do the 3 double crochet, you don't do a chain space, you just go to this one and do your 3 double crochet, and at the end here you're going to do your 3 double crochet, you're going to chain 3, single crochet, chain 2, and you're going to do a slip stitch on the 3rd chain. You're going to cut the yarn and lose the tail, and you will have the border of this. Let me move this back a little bit. But I'm going to undo this until this point, because I have to create a circle for the sleeve. Attach this like that for the sleeve. But when I work in the next row, doing the next, I will show you how you're going to do that, because that will be exactly the same as I did the next row, but you have to do a flat for the back. And then here, you see, this was my first row. Here is where you have, you see, your 3 double crochet in here and 3 double crochet in this side. It's really easy and look really nice, and it's easier and faster than creating each square and attaching together after you finish one and then the next one. This will be much faster for you, attaching as you go like that. So I'm gonna undo this and I'm gonna attach this together, and then I will show you how you're gonna do the next row with the motifs. So I'm gonna undo this until here. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna attach together the 2 ends for the sleeves, like so. You see, I'm creating the first row, and then in the next one I will show you how you're gonna do the second strip. It's very easy. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you how you're gonna do the round for the sleeve, the round piece. So remember, if you are doing this for a larger size, like an extra large, you will have to do 4 of these motifs, because with 3 don't gonna be the sleeve wide enough in here for your arm. Okay, so I'm at this space where I have to do my chain 3 double crochet in the same space. So I'm gonna chain 1, I'm gonna come to this one, and I'm gonna pass the loop, chain 1 and chain another one, 3 double crochet, you're gonna come in this one, the space in between, you're gonna pass the loop, yarn over, remember, and the side of this one, and you're gonna do your 3 double crochet, right here, yarn over, 3 double crochet, and here, yarn over, 3 double crochet, and like that you're gonna continue exactly the same as you did your flat piece, you know, when you put two together. And you see, it's looking exactly the same in here as these two. So like that, you're going to continue all the way until the tip. And here is the same for working the flat piece when you're going to finish the first strip. So what you're going to do, once you work your last 3 double crochet, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. You're going to do the single crochet, and then here the only thing you're missing in between these two, remember here I start working the next one. What you're going to do in here is you're going to chain 2, 1, and 2, and you're going to go to the third chain, and you're going to do a slip stitch. And when you do the slip stitch, it looks like a chain. So you're going to chain 1, cut the yarn and lose the tail, and you finish your flat piece. Or if you're working on the sleeve, it will be exactly the same when you finish the first strip. Now we're going to work on the next one. And for this one, what I did, I started with this one and here. That you have started here exactly the same. That way I don't get any seam in the border, but well, this is gonna be a seam for the side anyway. So you either can start in this point or in this one. For the sleeve, I'm gonna start at this point, okay? So we're gonna do exactly the same with the next one, exactly as we did the first one. We're gonna start in here, and then when it's time to work in the space of the chain 1 space, we're gonna attach here in the corner. So I did my 3 double crochet. I'm gonna chain 1, and instead of chaining 3, I'm chaining 1 because I'm gonna attach this one to the next piece. So you're gonna come here, you're gonna pick the one that you want to work first. If you're working at the border, that will be a border piece. So you're gonna come here, and you're gonna pass it through in between these where the single crochet is. You're gonna pass it through. You're gonna chain 1, and then chain another one. That will be your 3 chain, yarn over, and your 3 double crochet in the same space. Like I said, working flat or in the circle like this, you're gonna do the strips exactly the same. The only thing at the end is where you close the circumference in the last one. So once you do your 3 double crochet, you come here to this space, the chain 1 space in here. You're gonna pass the loop. This time you're gonna chain 1, because remember we had a chain space in between the top, so you have to chain 1. Yarn over, you go to the chain 1 space in this one, and you're gonna do your 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. You're gonna go to the next chain 1 space, you're gonna pass the loop, you're gonna chain 1, go to the chain 1 space and do your 3 double crochet. 1, 2 and 3. Go to the next chain 1 space, pass the loop, chain 1, go to the next chain 1 space and do your 3 double crochet. 1, 2 and 3, and again, and this one you will do exactly the same. Now we're going to work on the center where you had the 3 chain space. So in there you're going to do 3 double crochet, exactly the same as you did in here. One, 2 and 3. You're going to chain 1, go to the center, you're going to pass it through, you're going to chain to close that loop, chain 1 and 3 more double crochet in the same space. One, 2 and 3. You go to the next chain 1 space, pass the loop, chain 1, yarn over, 3 double crochet. You see, it's very easy. Either you're working flat or doing the sleeve. It's exactly the same there because you're working flat. If I show you right now, I'm working in between these two. Let me pass it through here, that way I can close. That way you see it better. You see, it's flat in between these two. So when you get to the space of the chain 1 space, you will do your 3 double crochet, chain 1, you're gonna do the slip stitch in the single crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, and you work on the side in here. When you finish on the side, you will grab the next one and you're gonna do exactly the same and create that next row of motifs. So you're going to continue working this around the border, exactly the same in here. Finish this one and then you're going to attach the last one. The last one will be in here. And there will be the last one to create the circumference. So you're going to create 2 exactly the same for the sleeve, and then you're going to do the piece for the back like this. And then after, when I finish, I will show you how you're gonna do this part, fill up this, that way it's nice and straight, that way you don't get this border like this on the top. So you're gonna fill it up to make it straight. So after that, what we're gonna do is work in the front pieces, and then we're done almost all piece. It's very easy. Do the back piece, the 2 circles for the sleeve, and then I will show you how to work this. Okay, to close the circumference for the sleeve, What you're gonna do is you're gonna start in the last piece and you're gonna work attaching this last one all the way around the border, and then when you finish in here you'll go on the top all the way around until you finish where you start. So first we had to do all that before we start to putting everything together, because remember we are trying to do our pieces in such a way that you don't have to cut your yarn so many times when you're doing, you know, putting the motifs together. That will save yarn and time losing ends and stuff. So I'm gonna work on my 2 circles for the sleeve, and then I will meet you here when it's time to fill up the border here, and then put in the front and everything together to create our beautiful cardigan.